So listen, let me start off by just saying today is a really big day for the city of Sacramento. And I want to just start off by saying I am so proud of this community. Each and every step along the way, our fans, which truly are the best fans in the NBA, made a statement. And people in New York, they listened and they responded. So let's give a round of applause for the Sacramento fans. I also want to just say that it is not over yet. I feel like we're a team that we won a round in the playoffs, and we're going to advance to the next round. That is good news, but there's still work to be done. The Board of Governors have to make a final vote May 13th, 14th, 15th, somewhere in early May, the first week of the, somewhere in the beginning of the week of May 13th. And we want to keep doing what we've been doing. There are so many people to be thankful. There's so many people who stepped up and got us in this position. And it's just something that I'm really, really proud of as it relates to this community. The other thing I want to say is this NBA process is still going, and we've got to respect that process. Yes, a lot of people are going to write about it and say it's over. We do not want to dance in the end zone. We do not want to celebrate prematurely. We want to be thankful for where we are today. And also, I want to take this moment to thank the Seattle fans, because that has been a community that we respect. I respect that ownership group. I respect the mayor. They deserve an NBA city. I know they don't think it's over, and they're going to keep fighting. So no matter how this turns out, we in Sacramento are very proud and respective of those people in Seattle. So let's give them a round of applause as well. So what we thought we'd do, I know the media is going to ask 100 questions. What we thought we would do is, hello, hello, hello? Is that a little better for folks in the back?
When are you going to run for governor?
That question's for you. All right, so what we thought we would do is have a couple people just thank you in their own special way. This is not a celebration gathering today. We're just thankful for where we are in the process and to have the opportunity to advance to the next round. So when you think about an arena, we are committed to building a brand new arena downtown. We know it has a chance to be a game changer. We know it has a chance to be transformational. We've always said that it's bigger than basketball. It's about job creation. It's about civic pride. It's about amenities that we're very proud of. And there's two people on each side of me, both Democrat and Republican, to show that this has been a bipartisan effort. I'd like you to hear from two of our senators today, Senator Steinberg and Senator Gaines.
I want to first thank the mayor for his incredible leadership on this issue here. And I think his words, yeah, give him a big hand here, please. And I think the way the mayor just spoke about where we stand today reflects why we are in the position we are in here today. Mayor Johnson represents strength with humility, always fighting for our community, always fighting for the right outcome, but always humble and never declaring absolute victory until it is over. And I echo that sentiment. But I just want to say that while we haven't won yet, today is a great day for Sacramento. And not only this tentative outcome, but the process that led to it makes me very proud to be a Sacramentan. 29 years ago now, I moved up to this community to take a job, and I did not think I was going to stay here. I thought I was going to move back to the Bay Area. And even though the job I took did not work out and didn't last long, from the month I got here, I was hooked on this community, on Sacramento, because I recognized that this is a place where people love where they live. They know each other. There is a genuine sense of community. And what the mayor and the city council and the fans and the community have demonstrated over the last months and years is something I've known for almost 30 years. This is a never say die community, Sacramento. We fight! Congratulations to all who have brought us this far. Let us not rest on our laurels. Let us show respect, as the mayor did for the city of Seattle. But it may only be halftime, and if we got another half to play, let's win. Senator Ted Gaines.
Thank you so much. What an exciting day. So here we stand, our fans for the Kings, on a bipartisan basis to see if we can make a difference in our community. And I represent the northern counties, all the way up in Modoc, Shasta County, Lake Tahoe. And I tell you, we've got fans for the Sacramento Kings in every one of my 11 counties. And isn't that representative of Northern California and how we care? Yeah. So when we take a look at what's happening in Sacramento, economic development, a huge opportunity for the mall, a huge opportunity for a brand new arena, and then the opportunity to keep the Kings, which our family bought our tickets in 1985, to retain that team right here in Sacramento. And I've got to give credit to the mayor, who stepped up in such a big way when the odds were against us, and he says we're going to do it. So let's have a round of applause for Kevin Johnson. So let's continue to fight the fight. It's not over. Just as Senator Steinberg said, we hope that things go well in Seattle with another opportunity. But we've got the Kings here, and hopefully for another 40, 50, maybe a century in terms of games and success here in Sacramento. Thank you.
So again, what you see is bipartisan support. It's not just the city, it's the region. And this is a region effort, and we feel we win as a region, and they certainly represent the best of Sacramento. I want to also thank, I have a couple council members that are here. I know I have Alan Warren, Jay Chenier, Angelique Ashby was trying to come. I want to thank all the members on the council. I want to thank our city manager, John Shirey, our assistant city manager, John Dangberg. There's a host of people that have worked on making this arena a reality. I want to bring up Alan Warren to speak on behalf of the city. He chaired our ad hoc committee. Let's give it up for Alan Warren.
Well, this is truly a great day for Sacramento, and you know, I go back with the mayor, let's see, 33 years. So I remember a tenacious point guard who our coach came to us and said, you know, this guy can beat you. You got to pay attention to this guy. I was a senior, he was a junior in high school. And sure enough, in the playoffs that year, his Sac High team knocked off the Grant High School basketball team that at one point that year was ranked #1 in the city. From that moment forward, our mayor has been a winner. He has continued to lead, and I cannot say thank you enough to his leadership that I've seen firsthand, and really bringing the Sacramento community together, the elected officials together, the community support. And we have to say, and he did already, but thank you to our staff, our assistant city manager, John Dangberg, and our city manager. You know, our community deserves the Sacramento Kings. This is, a lot of people say that this is a baseball town. But I say that this is a sports town. And we deserve an NBA franchise. And if the mayor, in all of his leadership qualities, I believe we can figure out a way to continue to keep Sacramento on the path for growth and prosperity. And I believe that having the Kings here is a big step in that. So I look forward to helping make sure that the arena is a success here in downtown Sacramento. And all of you, we can't wait to opening night. So let's get ready, you guys.
All right, I don't know if we have somebody from JMA here, which owns the Downtown Plaza. Dan Barrett. There are so many people behind the scenes that have played a critical role in this arena becoming a reality. So we're close. We're making progress. So again, that was the folks who are representing the arena. I don't know if Darius Anderson is here as well. So there's so many people that played a role. The second important competitive advantage that we felt, other than a downtown arena, was going to be our ownership group. And we had a committed group of local owners who stepped up, and they partnered with big equity investors, Vivek Ranadive, Mark Mastroff, Ron Burkle, Chris Kelly, Andy Miller, and a host of people. So I talked to Vivek a little earlier today, and Vivek basically said, I want you to tell your community that I am humbled by their outpouring support. I am honored to be fighting for Sacramento, and I can't wait for that community to make me an official member of the city when it becomes final, when we keep the Kings in Sacramento. So we got a lot of members of the ownership group here. I'm going to have them raise their hand real quick. Doreen, raise your hand. Thank you very much. Phil Oates, raise your hand. I hear you, man. I'm going to save you for that. We got Aaron, raise your hand. We got Ali, raise your hand. The Fun Brothers, Brad, Karaoke, raise your hand. Kevin Nagle, raise your hand.
Okay, finally.
So all these people played a role as local owners. And I want a person to come up and speak on behalf of the local owners. He's part of the equity investor side of the equation, but he's from Sacramento. You know his family. Let's give a round of applause for Mark Friedman. Mark Friedman.
Can you believe it? I mean, really, can you believe it? 3 months ago, when the Maloofs signed a contract to move the team to Seattle, I don't think there were many believers in this city. There were lots of doubters. But there was one person who pulled us all together, who recognized that contract as an opportunity. And that's, of course, our mayor, Kevin Johnson. I have to tell you, there is nobody in the country who's got the skills, the relationships, the passion, the understanding of other people to have pulled this incredible investor group together, to have held this deal together, and to have brought this deal to the verge of success for Sacramento. We've got an amazing mayor.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
As the mayor said, we took an important step today. It was a big step, but it's just one step. And we're not going to give up now. We're not going to count our chickens before they're hatched. We're going to get to work, and we're going to bring this home. Go Kings, go Sacramento.
All right. I want to thank two other people that are behind me and their group. I want to thank David Taylor. Let's give David Taylor a round of applause. And I want to thank Downey Brand, and Stan is representing Downey Brand. They came in and did pro bono work. Let's give Downey Brand and Stan a round of applause. All right, so we felt that we had three competitive advantages. Number one, our ability to build a downtown arena with a significant investment from the city. Number two, our ownership group, both local and those who aren't from Sacramento. We felt our ownership group was a strength. Our ownership group is represented of the whole state of California. You have people from San Diego, the Jacobs family. You have Ron Burkle represented in LA. You have the Silicon Valley represented with Vivek and Chris Kelly and Andy Miller. And then you had Mark Mastroff in East Bay. So up and down the state, we have represented. This is going to be the state's team. And I'm very proud of our ownership group. That's our second competitive advantage. But the third and the most important competitive advantage we have are our fans and this community. So, to our fans, you guys are the ones who kept us in this game. You made your voices heard over and over again. I was in New York, and a lot of us who were in New York on April 3rd, and there were Sacramento Kings fans there. And the meetings were taking place in this fancy hotel with very thick walls. But outside, every time somebody came in that the fans thought was supportive of the Kings, they made noise and they cheered, and you could hear it in the NBA Board of Governors meeting. Fans, you made a statement, and we thank you. So I wanted to bring one person up to speak on behalf of the fans, and then we'll open it up to questions. The General, Mike Tavar. Where are you at, Mike? Come on up, Mike. So this is Mike. He's the one who's going to represent the fans today. It's his birthday. So I called the commissioner and all the owners, and I said, I need you to make a decision today because we want to give him a birthday present. And they said, okay. After me, let's sing happy birthday to Mike. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Congratulations, sir.
Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you.
First, I want to thank everyone, that you guys have been amazing, the community, the support from the city council, the minority owners, just everybody. I can't say enough. I just thank you so much. And I got to tell you, I've mentioned this at City Hall before. I've been around and been trained by lieutenants, colonels, majors, been around 4-star generals, and I know a leader when I see one. And Mayor Johnson was born for this. And I'm so proud that he was born and raised in Sacramento and has been our leader and our voice. So thank you, Mayor Johnson.
Yeah, all right, thank you. All right, we're going to give the media a chance to ask some questions. I'll do my best to facilitate. I think if somebody else can answer better, we'll have them address it. Again, let me put it in context. Today is a good day for Sacramento. We won an important round. It is not over, though. There's a process that we must respect, and it's still going to take time before a final vote, and that's important. I could not be more proud of this community, and that's why we're here to say thank you, but we also want to remember those in Seattle, and they're going to fight like we did, and they don't think it's over, and that's okay. And if we prevail, we're going to be thankful, but I still think that Seattle is deserving of an NBA team, just not ours. Okay.
Update on the next step of the process, which is Vivek buying this team of the Williams family?
I'm sorry, what was it?
An update on the next step of the process?
Honestly, Ryan, we don't know the next step of the process. Our ownership group is going to be in constant contact with the NBA. We just heard the news a couple hours ago. I don't know what that next step of the process is. So I assume that the commissioner and his office will communicate to Mark, our ownership group here in Vivek, and tell them what the next step of the process. I actually don't know what that is.
James?
Mayor Johnson, it's being reported that Vivek has been asked to put down 20% and that he's willing to put down 50% by Friday. Do you have any comments on that?
That's a lot of money. Those are dollars. That's above my pay grade. You're talking about 20% of something and then 50%. That's a whole lot. So I think that'll be a question that probably is better addressed by Vivek and the ownership group at the appropriate time. I think what we know today is the relocation committee has decided that it is best to keep the Sacramento Kings here, and they voted unanimously 7-0 to keep the team here and not let it go to Seattle. That's the step that we know about today, and that's that's something I think we're prepared to comment. All the other details I think are probably better addressed by somebody else. His question was, how did I approach this day? And again, because I played in the NBA, I know what it's like to be in the playoffs. So I got out of bed and I prayed. I got a little workout. I ran early this morning. And I just thought positive thoughts. And you look back over the last few months, over the last year, over the last 4 or 5 years, and you ask yourself, could we have done anything different? And my answer was, absolutely not. This community, each step along the way, stood up, and we stood up straighter every chance we got. I felt we left it all on the court. It is now in the hands of the owners. I didn't know if they would vote today or if it would become public. I didn't know whether it was going to be a relocation vote or a finance committee, but I was overwhelmed when we heard that the relocation committee did vote. It was coming public, and they voted to keep the team in Sacramento, and that was a huge victory for all of us.
Mayor, does anybody from the
ladies first.
Allow me to hear.
You sound very optimistic. Cautiously optimistic. What are some hurdles and challenges the biggest ones that you see?
I think right now, I don't know what they are. I think the NBA has said to all of us, this has been the most difficult decision that Commissioner Stern and the league has had to make in 30 or 40 years. This was a very difficult decision. You have two cities that are putting their best foot forward. You have two cities that deserve to have a team. And I think our position was, this isn't Sacramento competing against Seattle. This is Sacramento trying to lay out a compelling case of why the team should stay right where it is. And I think that's what we did. What happens going forward, they're trying to figure it out. I don't know any more than that. I know that there's going to be a Board of Governors full vote the week of May 13th. What goes on between now and then, I don't really know. I'm not sure if they know. So I think we'll wait to hear back from them and respond accordingly.
Bob? What's the level of contact been between either yourselves or the ownership group with the Blues? Are we anywhere down that road towards communicating with them in order to make a bid and seeing them directly?
I think that was a question that somebody asked earlier. I don't really know. So I don't know if the NBA is facilitating on behalf of the Maloofs. I don't have that answer. I think these are some of the things that will become much clearer in the days ahead.
Dave?
Have you talked to Commissioner Stern today? What was that conversation like?
Have you talked to Commissioner?
We heard from the NBA right before the statement became public, and we were elated. And their statement didn't say a whole lot, but all we know is said the team is staying in Sacramento for now. And that was good news for all of us. So the rest of the process, we actually don't know what it is. I think we'll all get a much better idea. We know the timeline, though, and the timeline is the full board of vote the week of May 13th.
Damani, last question.
Mayor Johnson, obviously, this is obviously a big move for you.
Can I make a joke that you won't hold against me?
Go ahead.
Are you Spud Webb? Is Spud? Are you Spud? Go ahead, Damani. I'm just kidding.
I just wanted to ask you, obviously, this has been a long road, a number of years in the making. On a personal level, do you feel that today has just been a mountain that you've climbed?
It's definitely been a mountain that I've climbed. I think we're getting closer to being at the top, but we're not there yet. And as all of us have said, we're not going to celebrate prematurely. This was a big win for Sacramento. We would not be telling the truth if we didn't act like it was a big win, but we've got to respect the process. Owners are going to still deliberate and make a final decision. If they vote in our favor, then we'll come out and have a real party in Sacramento. All right, last
one?
Yes.
All right. Obviously, you talked about the fact that there's not one yet, but
I think we have a lot of confidence. I would like to believe that if the relocation committee makes a unanimous vote, that it influences the rest of the board. I don't know that. I haven't seen this take place. I'm not an insider when it comes to that. I was watching LeBron James yesterday. The Miami Heat, they swept Milwaukee, and he's being interviewed, and he says, yes, you feel great today for these 24 hours because you know you're going to advance to the next round. That's kind of how we feel. We're going to advance to the next round. It's in somebody else's hands. We've done all that we can do, and this isn't the championship yet. The championship is when that final vote comes down, and then we can all come here and celebrate, and that's our intent. So again, thank you all for coming out.
Thank you.